Salesforce is offering an infrastructure also. So now how Salesforce is offering the infrastructure to their customers? Already we have discussed that Salesforce is offering all the three categories of cloud computing services to you. They're offering the SaaS service, they're offering the platform service, they're offering the infrastructure service also to their customers. Now, the customers who wants to utilize only the infrastructure, those people can able to use it on rental basis. So then how Salesforce is providing their infrastructure to their customers? So now where they are maintaining all these infrastructures? Now we will see. So the infrastructure means what? The servers. And in that server, we need some memory location. And we need the security for our data. Now, so now we need some infrastructure, nothing but we need some memory location where exactly we can able to install our customized applications and we can store our data, we can manage our data, we can store our documents and files and everything. So now in order to install those applications, we are using this infrastructure offered by Salesforce. Now, Salesforce is offering a platform by which we are going to be customizing the existing Salesforce CRM application, or we can able to build our own custom applications. Once you build your custom application, in order to deploy that custom application inside a server, whatever the infrastructure is required, that infrastructure will be offered by the Salesforce to their customers. Now, when coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce has organized their business into the three regions. One is the North America region, and the second one is Europe region. This is also called as EMEA, Europe, Middle East and Africa. And this is also called as EU region. And then we are having Asia Pacific region. So now initially they have started their services in North America region. So many customers has started utilizing the Salesforce services. And then when coming to the Europe region also, few customers are interested to utilize the Salesforce services, so that they have expanded their business to Europe region. And from there, from Asia Pacific region also, few customers are showed interest to utilize the services, so that they have expanded their business to Asia Pacific region also. So now as part of infrastructure, what they are providing now. So now when coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce people are going to be placing some servers, nothing but they're placing some infrastructure. Like now they have placed a server. So now assume that this is a server Salesforce people has placed inside that North America region. In North America region. So now this is the first server they have started. So now for that server, they have given the name as NA0. This is NA0. Nothing but in North America region, first server. So now in that server, they're having the huge spaces available. In that server, they're having the huge spaces available. If any of the customer wants to utilize the Salesforce services, now the Salesforce people are going to be allocating some amount of memory inside that server. Now, they're allocating some amount of memory. Now they're allocating some amount of memory for this particular customer. So now this is the customer one. Is some customer one. So now in this, for this customer one, they have allocated some amount of memory. And one more customer showed interest, so that they are going to be allocating the memory for the another customer also. Now they're allocating the memory for one more customer also here. So now this is the customer 2. Now for each and every customer, they are going to be allocating some amount of memory inside that server. Like the same way, so many customers have showed interest in this particular services. Now, not only one customer, so many customers have showed interest in this particular Salesforce services. Now they're allocating the memory for the other customers as well. They're allocating the memory for the other customers. Now, so now whenever they are going to be allocating the memory for the customers, then at a certain point of time, whatever the memory is available inside that Salesforce server, that memory may be full. Now, so now they're allocating the memory for so many customers inside that. So now what exactly this memory here? So now whenever the customer has installed their customized application, those applications will be storing inside this customer one. Suppose for example, come to a general scenario. So now assume that we are having the bank lockers. We are having that bank lockers. In that bank lockers, whatever the memory space is there, they are going to be dividing that memory space into the various small portions. They're dividing that memory, the space into the various small portions. So now that each and every portion is called as a locker. Now they are going to be allocating each and every locker to a separate customer so that they can able to place their valuable items inside that locker. It may be the documents, it may be the jewelry, it may be the money, it may be the gold or whatever. Whatever the very valuable documents are there with them, they can able to store their valuable things inside that particular space so that they can able to make it protected. Like the same way, so now these are the locker 1, locker 2, locker 3, locker 4, like that. Each and every locker will be getting assigned to a separate customer. Like the same way, Salesforce people are going to be assigning a separate set of amount of memory for each and every customer inside their North America region server. So now for customer 1, they have allocated some set of memory. Now in that memory, the customer wants data, their applications, and their records, everything will be getting resides inside that. Now, so now for one more customer is showed interest, customer 2, for that customer 2, they are allocating some separate set of amount of memory. Whatever the applications they have built, whatever the record they have stored, whatever the files they have stored, everything will be getting stored inside that memory location, which has been reserved for the customer 2. And for customer 3, some more amount of memory. For the customer 4, one more amount of memory. Like that, for each and every customer, they are going to be allocating some separate set of memory where that associated customers, applications, records, data, files, everything will be getting resides. Now, so now, whenever they're allocating the memory for each and every customer, at a certain point of time, this memory inside this North America region server may be get full. Now, so now once this memory has been getting full, then what they will do? Suppose for example here, assume that. For example, I have my own server. In that server, I'm storing my customers' data, my products data, my sales data, and everything. I'm running my business since almost some 10 years. Whatever the memory space is there inside my server, if that memory space is full, then what we can do? Can I stop my business? No. I want to expand the infrastructure of my server. Nothing but I want to add some more memory space to my server so that I can able to store some more data, I can able to capture some more customers also. So now like the same way here also, as soon as the memory has been full inside the North America region 0 server, now Salesforce is going to be adding one more server inside that North America region. Now they're adding one more server, that is North America region second server. That is NA1. That is NA1. So now in that North America region first server, second server, nothing but in NA1, they're going to be allocating the memory space for the so many customers. Now, whatever the customers are available, for those customers, they are going to be allocating some amount of memory space inside this North America region. Now, for this customer, they are allocating some memory space inside that North America region server also. Now, in NA1 also, they have allocated the memory for so many customers. Now, at that time, in this North America second server also, the memory has been full. They keep on allocating the memory for so many new customers. Now, whatever the memory is available inside this North America region server NA1, then this memory is also full. Then what they will do? They are going to be keep on upgrading their infrastructure here. So now when coming to the Salesforce, then keep on adding few more servers inside this North America region. Now, currently they are into the North America region's 47th server. Now currently they are into the NA45 and the 47 also they are going to be adding right now. So nothing but as of now 45 servers are full. Now they are into the 46th server. Because here when coming to the Salesforce people have started their business from North America region initially. So many customers from North America region have started utilizing the Salesforce services, and then they have established a server that is called as NA0. In that NA0 server, they are having so many huge space of memory is available. Now, whenever a customer wants to utilize the Salesforce services, then they're allocating some amount of memory inside that North America region associated server. In NA0, they have allocated the memory for the so many customers. As soon as whenever the memory inside that NA0 server has been full, then they are going to be upgrading their infrastructure, nothing but they're adding one more server that is North America region, second server that is NA1. In that NA1, they are going to be allocating the memory for a few more customers. If the NA1's server's memory is also full, then keep on they are going to be adding few more servers as well. NA2, NA3, NA4, NA5, NA6, like that. Keep on they're adding those servers, and now currently they're into NA45th server. Now, so now as of now, 46 or 45 servers are full. Now currently they're into that NA45. Nothing but the 46th server is available in the North America region. In each and every server, there will be having huge memory spaces there, and from that memory space, some part of the memory space they are going to be allocating for a customer. Now, so nothing but in North America region, we are having the servers from NA0, NA45. Now, these are the server instances are available here for Salesforce. Now, EMEA region. Not only from the North America region, from the Europe region also, a few customers are showed interest. So now for that, when coming to the Salesforce people, they have started the business and they have expanded the business to Europe region also. So now when coming to the Europe region, they have started the business and then they have started establishing some more servers also. Now, when coming to the Europe region, Europe region. So now in that Europe region, they have established the first server that is with the name EU0. Now they have established a new server inside that Europe region that is EU0. So now this is the first server in the Europe region. Now the people or the customers who are interested from the Europe region, for those customers they are going to be allocating some memory space inside that Europe region server. So now for that customer they are allocating some space inside that Europe region server. Now in Europe region, they will be having the server EU0. This is the server instance number. So now, as soon as the customer showed interest, then they are going to be allocating some amount of memory inside that. Now this is for some customer 1. Now this is for some customer 2. And this is for some customer 3. For each and every customer, they are going to be allocating some amount of memory inside that the Europe region server also here. Now, whenever they are going to be allocating some amount of memory for each and every customer in the Europe regions associated servers also, at a certain point of time, this EU0 server is also getting full. There is no memory space available inside this EU0 server. So now, as soon as this EU0 server has been full, now they are going to be allocating one more server inside that associated region. Now they are going to be adding one more server with the name that is EU1. Now this is the EU1 server. Now keep on, they are going to be expanding their business here. So now currently they are into the server with the number EU6. Now EU6. Now currently they are into the EU6. So now when coming to the Europe region, they are also having few servers are there, where then keep on they are going to be adding few more servers if the existing servers memory has been full. Now initially they have started with EU0 and then later on they have upgraded their infrastructure by adding one more server EU1 and then EU2, EU3, EU4, EU5 and now currently they are into EU6. Nothing but when coming to the Europe region, we are having the totally 7 servers are available where they will be having the regions the range from EU0 to EU6. Like the same way, when coming to the Asia Pacific region also, a few customers showed interest in order to utilize the Salesforce services. So now for that particular customers, they are going to be allocating the memory inside that associated regions server. In Asia Pacific region also, they have established a server where the server instances names are starting from AP0. Nothing but in Asia Pacific region, the first server that is AP0, and then they have added The AP0 server is also full once they have allocated the memory for few customers. And then they have added AP1. And then they have added AP2. Like that, keep on they're adding. Now they're into AP4. So now when coming to the Salesforce, they are maintaining the infrastructure in three regions. One is North America region, second one EMEA region, third one is the Asia Pacific region. In each and every region, they will be having some associated servers are there. In each and every server, they are going to be allocating some amount of memory for each and every customer. So now, suppose for example, I'm creating one Salesforce account or I took a Salesforce license. Then in which server the memory has been allocated for me? Then how can we cross check that? So at that time, whenever you are going to be creating a Salesforce account, there is a small registration form is available, which is used to create the Salesforce account. Now in that Salesforce registration form, you will be having that country name. So now in that country name, whatever the country that you are associated, we have to select that country name. Based on that country name, it will be identifying whether this country is associated with which region. It will go identify the region name. In that region, what servers that we have. Now in those servers, in which server we have the required amount of memory, it will identify that, and then in that server, it will be allocating the memory for you. So now when you log into that Salesforce application, clearly we can see in which server, in which instance your memory has been getting allocated, your applications are available, your data has been stored, everything we can able to cross check. Now, so now in this case, we can raise a question also. Suppose for example, assume that I am the customer one. Okay, I am the customer one. Now I'm utilizing the Salesforce instance, which is the licensed one. I'm paying some monthly rental amount to Salesforce, and then I'm utilizing that. Whatever the memory space they have allocated, I'm utilizing since almost 2 years. I'm storing huge data every day, my customers' data, my sales data, and everything. Now, when coming to the memory space, what they have allocated, that memory space is full. I'm unable to store some more data. Then what we can do? Do I need to start my business? No. So now whatever the memory space they have allocated to you, if that memory space has been full, then we can contact the Salesforce in order to expand some more memory space to you, in order to allocate some more memory space to you. So now at that time, where Salesforce will allocate the memory for you? Inside this same EU0 server, or will be allocating the latest server, that is EU6. Now, at that time, when coming to the Salesforce, they want to maintain one customer's data in only one server, not in the multiple servers. That will be a difficult process to identify. For that, when coming to the EU0 server, whatever the customers are there, in future, if the customers are require some more memory to be get allocated for them, then they are going to be allocating the memory inside the same server itself, not to the other server. Because at that time, they have to identify some data is available in EU0 server, some data is available in EU6 server. It will be very, very difficult to track all this information. For that, whenever the customer needs any additional memory, they can contact the Salesforce, they can pay some small amount, and then Salesforce people are going to be expanding your memory. So that keep on, we can able to expand based on our business, based on the data, we can expand that memory also by contacting Salesforce. But flexibility is available to you. So now I want to cross check that here. How many servers are available? So now in which region Salesforce is maintaining these servers here? So now for that, if you want to track all this information, Salesforce is providing a website called as trust.salesforce.com. Now, by using trust.salesforce.com, we can able to track this information. Suppose for example, assume that I am from North America region. I'm utilizing Salesforce services since almost 1 year. So now my application, my data, everything is available in some North America region's 25th server. Assume that this is in North America region, 25th server. Whenever I'm trying to be accessing my application from today morning, it is unable to. I'm unable to access that. It is giving the message with the server unavailable. Then what's the problem happened? How can we cross check whether the problem is from my side or whether the problem is from Salesforce side? Then how can we cross check this information? If the Salesforce is doing any maintenance for these servers, then how can we get those notifications? How do we know? On what date they are doing some maintenance? What will be the time period? Nothing but the maintenance window. Everything we can able to cross check by using trust.salesforce.com. Now let's see. So now I will show you that practically here. So now we can able to access that website, https trust.salesforce.com. So now this is the website Salesforce maintains internally. okay, where we can able to track each and every server instance number, and we can able to track whether the server is in active status or not. If the server is in maintenance state, then what is that maintenance? What is the problem occur? Whether it is a performance degradation, or whether it is any problem with a specific feature, or whether it is a new release maintenance, or what. So now we can able to cross check each and every information. Now, so now we can able to cross check all this information inside this trust.salesforce.com. So now in order to cross check that information, we can able to verify the system status. Now you will be having that system status information, security information also we can cross check, and the legal and compliance information also we can able to cross check that. So now here they are going to be mentioning that as trust information, nothing but the status information. When you click on status link, it is going to be providing the statuses of your servers. Now, what are the various instances available here? Now they're giving the region names to you. So America is nothing but North America region, Asia Pacific region, and the Europe region. These are the three regions are available. So now, if you want to see all that server instances, we can able to select all. Or if you want to see some associated regions server, we can select that associated region. When you select that Americas, then from the North America, they will be having the servers are available. NA1, NA0, NA2, NA3, NA4, NA5, like that. Keep on, they have upgraded their infrastructure. Now, currently they are into the NA48, nothing but NA45, and recently they have added NA48 also here. Like that, here Salesforce is going to be keep on adding that. Now, this green color tick mark is indicating this is available. Nothing but these are the indications are available. Legend symbols are available. Now, if it is the green color tick mark which is indicating this server is currently up and running fine, now the server is available so that we can able to access the application. Now, if it is, this is like as the orange color symbol which is indicating service degradation, and the red color symbol service disruption. Now, the setting symbol is indicating maintenance, and this symbol is indicating so now informational messages. Like that, here we can able to cross check what servers are available, in which server our application has been stored, and then what is the current status of the server. Everything we can able to cross check by using this status information. Now, when you go to that Asia Pacific region, you will be having that server AP0, AP0, AP1, AP2, AP3, AP4. Nothing but when coming to the Asia Pacific region, you will be having the server instances number from AP0 to AP4. So why I'm giving this information is generally this information is not required. But when coming to the entry point of view, they will raise a question. So now in which server your applications are available? What is your instance number? What is your server number? At that time, you have to give that information. So here, these are the ranges are available. Based on those ranges, they can able to cross check because the people wants to know whether really you are working or not. So now at that time, you have to explain all these servers instances. So now these are nothing but instance numbers NA0, NA1, NA2, NA3, NA4, like that, NA45. And then in EU region, we are having EU0 to EU6. Select that Europe region, you will be having EU0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now they have added EU11 also here. So now these are the various instances are available when coming to the each and every region. And we can able to cross check here. Suppose for example, assume that I'm having that AP2 server, AP2 region. Now for this AP2 region, what is the current status? For each and every 6 hours, Salesforce is going to be performing the health checkup of the system. So now they are going to be performing the health checkup of the system for each and every 6 hours. Nothing but daily 4 times they are verifying the health checkup of the system. If there is any issues are there, then they are going to be resolving those issues immediately. So now clearly they are going to be indicating what is that issue and what is the problem and how long time it will take to resolve that problem. Everything they will be clearly mentioning over here itself. So now here they are going to be tracking each and every status. These are the core services. These are working fine. Nothing but these are the for every 6 hours, so they are going to be cross-checking this information. Now, so now for every 24 hours, nothing but every 6 hours, they are going to be verifying that healthy checkup of the system over here. Now in the 24 hours, it is working fine. There is no issues available as of now in terms of core services, in terms of search functionality, in terms of analytics, in terms of live agent, in terms of help and training functionalities, everything is working fine. So now, When coming to the Salesforce here, whether the Salesforce is planning for any maintenance for this particular server, then they will be providing that maintenance information also here. So now this is the maintenance calendar given by the Salesforce to you. Now in this particular October, now on 15th, and then they did a major release that is called as Winter 17 major release they did. So now this is the planned one, this is the start date and the time which they have given clearly over here. And then in the November, do we have any maintenance status are there? Now we'll cross check that. In the November, we don't have any maintenances. When coming to the December, there is no maintenances. When coming to the January, they don't have any maintenances. When coming to the February, on 11th, they did, so they are planning for some maintenance here. Now this 11th has been rounded over here. Now when you click on that, it will be giving that what is that maintenance. Now Salesforce is planning to release the latest version that is called as Spring 17 major release they are planning to release. So now here they're giving that information. So what will be the start time? What will be the end time? So now they're giving that maintenance window. During this maintenance window, the server will not be available to you. They will be clearly mentioning that this instance will not be available during this maintenance window, so that please we can able to inform to our partners and customers now our application cannot be accessible on that so and so date and so and so time because of the maintenance activity of the Salesforce, so that please plan accordingly, so that we can able to intimate to our customers so that they cannot face any problem during that time. So now for that, Salesforce is going to be giving that maintenance calendar to you. So by using that maintenance calendar, we can cross-check when Salesforce has planned for the maintenance, when they're planning for the latest releases and everything. Now this is the information we can able to track inside the trust.salesforce.com. For each and every server, we can able to track that information. That flexibility is available to you. Now these are the infrastructures maintained by the Salesforce to you. So now, when coming to the Salesforce, we are having that infrastructure in the three regions: North America region, EMEA region, and the Asia Pacific region. In each and every region, we will be having that associated server here.
Rafi, question: are they going to send a reminder email for the customers, like for us? I mean, like sometimes we may forget. Are we going to send an email before the maintenance?
No, Salesforce is going to be sending the reminder notification to you. Okay, 1 month before itself, they will be sending the notification to you that we have a planned release maintenance for our server, so that please plan accordingly. So that they will be sending the three maintenance, they will be sending that three notifications to you. Okay, 1 month before one notification, 15 days before one notification, 3 days before one notification. On the same day, they will be sending one more notification. Totally 4 notifications they will send to you as a Salesforce administrator. Now the Salesforce administrator will be receiving this notification, and based on that, to whom you want to inform that, we can able to give that information to those people. Based on your customers, or if you want to notify to only to your partners, then you can able to notify. Depends upon our we can able to share that information to those people so that they can plan accordingly here. Now, so because in the interview point of view, they will raise these questions. Okay, which server instance you are working currently right now? So at that time, you have to give that instances here. You are from North America's region, so that you can specify any of the region, any of that server instance. That may be NA0 to NA45 only. So we cannot specify more than 45. Okay, because here these are the ranges that are currently available in North America region. So now come to this multi-tenant architecture here. So what exactly is multi-tenant architecture? What is the use of this multi-tenant architecture? Now, so now tenant means what? A person who is taking that particular flat on rental basis. It may be anything. Now, let's come to a general scenario. For example, assume that we have an organization. Now, so now this organization belongs to a construction organization. It belongs to a construction organization where they're having some space or land. they're having some space or land. Now they want to generate some revenue by constructing some apartment inside this land or the space. When coming to this construction organization, this space maybe belongs to a company, or this space maybe belongs to a builder also, nothing but the individual person. Now, so now they're having few spaces available here. Now assume that this is the space they have. Now this is the space they have. So now this is the whole space. So whatever the space they have, inside that space, they're planning to construct an apartment. Because by constructing an apartment, we can give these flats to the rental to the various customers so that we can generate some revenue as well. Now, so now for that, when coming to this builder or the construction company, they have planned to construct 2 floors apartment. Now these are the 2 floors. So now this is some first floor. And this is the second floor. So now in the first floor, they're having few spaces that this is the spaces available in the first floor. In the second floor also some space is available here. So whatever the space they have inside the first floor and the second floor, they're dividing that whole space into the various small portions. So now the portions are nothing but the flats. So now they're having few spaces available in the second floor, and then they're going to be constructing some flats inside that. Now, so now inside that, this will be a common bay area. This is a common area. And this is also the common area. So now we are having some common area is available here. And this is also the common area. This is a common area. So now whatever the space they have, they are going to be dividing that space into this very small portions. Now this is one flat. And this is another flat. And this is another flat. And this is another flat. Now this is one more flat. This is another one. And this is another flat, and this is another flat in that second floor. In the first floor, whatever the memory space is there, they're dividing into the various flats. Now these are the various flats are available here. So now whatever the flats are available here, they are going to be deciding based on that space which they have inside that flat. So now this is some 1 BHK, and this is some 2 BHK, and this is some 3 BHK, and this is again 3 BHK. And this is 2 BHK, this is 2 BHK, and this is 3 BHK, and this is 3 BHK. Here also on the second floor also they're having few flats are available, and they're going to be specifying that size depends upon that space they're allocating. They're going to be deciding whether this is a second 2 BHK or 3 BHK or what. So now here we are having some 2 floors are there. In each and every floor, we are having some space. Now this space they are going to be dividing into the various small portions. Now each portion is called as a flat. Now depends upon the space which they have specified inside the flat, they are going to be deciding whether it is 1 BHK or 2 BHK or 3 BHK. So now When coming to the construction company or the builder, okay, when coming to the construction company or the builder, now they want to generate some revenue by giving these flats to the rental to the various tenants. So now, when coming to this apartment, they're giving very good facilities to this particular tenants. Now, for this 1 BHK, they're going to be charging some amount. Like they're having some rentals are also available here. Like they're having some rentals. Now, if it is a 1 BHK, they're going to be charging some rental amount. If it is some 1 BHK, then they're charging some 7,000 rupees. If it is some 2 BHK, they're charging some 10,000. If it is some 3 BHK, they're charging some 13,000 rupees. So now this is the rental amount they are going to be charging from the different customers. So now whatever the flats they have, in each and every flat, they're allocating some space. Now, when coming to this flat, 1 BHK, nothing but this flat they are going to be allocating for a customer. Nothing but this flat they are going to be allocating to a tenant. Nothing but one person showed interest to utilize this flat on rental basis. Now they are going to be allocating for the tenant 1. Now the second flat they are going to be allocating to some tenant 2. This third flat they are allocating to some tenant 3. And this fourth flat they are allocating to some tenant 4. Like that each and every flat has been getting allocated to a separated tenant here. Like as some tenant 5. And this is for some tenant 6. Like that here they are going to be allocating each and every flat to the associated person. Nothing but what happened, few customers, nothing but few people showed interested to utilize these flats in this apartment. So now the person who is going to be utilizing this flat on rental basis, this person is called as a tenant. So now inside this entire apartment, then how many tenants will be available? Only one tenant is available or multiple tenants are there? We are having the multiple tenants available over here. We are having that multiple tenants are available. Like as tenant 1, tenant 2, tenant 3, tenant 4, tenant 5, like that multiple tenants are available. But the apartment is only one. Okay, but the apartment is only one. Inside that apartment, whatever the memory, whatever the space they have, they are going to be dividing that space into the various small portions. Each and every portion of space they are going to be allocating to a different tenant. Now, this tenant is nothing but the person who is going to be taking that flat on rental basis. He is utilizing that space on rental basis. So now as a tenant, whatever the items he has, like as his household items, TV, cooler, fridge, bed, everything they have to accommodate inside that space which they have allocated inside that flat. So now the tenant 1 cannot utilize the memory space of the tenant 2. Tenant 2 cannot utilize the flat of tenant 1. So now here, in order to protect that particular property, what you have, they're providing some doors. Nothing but in order to make a lock on that so that you can protect your items also. So now, in order to provide the security for the whole property, then this apartment people are going to be appointing some security personnel also who are going to be protecting your properties from the damages. So now here what happened when coming to the apartments. Let's assume that. So now this is that apartment. Now compare this apartment with our Salesforce server. So now assume that this apartment is nothing but our Salesforce server. So now this apartment is nothing but our Salesforce server. So now this apartment is nothing but our Salesforce server here. Now this is that Salesforce server. Now this server may be any server. It may be NA0, it may be NA1, NA2, NA3, NA4, whatever. It may be AP0, AP1, AP2, whatever. So now this is the server. Whatever the apartment space that we have, treat this apartment as a Salesforce server. Whatever the space they are having inside that apartment, that space treat as a memory location. Whatever the flats they have, nothing but these are small portions of memory here. Now, so now this apartment is, we can able to treat it as like as a Salesforce server. Now this builder or the construction company, we have to treat it as our Salesforce.com organization. Okay, this is the Salesforce.com organization. This property, nothing but this server is belongs to the organization called as Salesforce.com organization. So now whatever the memory, whatever the space they have inside this particular apartment, this space is nothing but the memory space which we have inside that Salesforce server. Now, whatever the tenants they have, these tenants are nothing but our customers. Okay, these tenants are nothing but our customers. Customer 1, customer 2, customer 3, customer 4. Inside it, in each and every flat, they're placing their household items, like as their TV, cooler, fridge, and everything. Now, this household item, nothing but whatever the items they have placed inside the flat, that is nothing but our applications. That customers' data, their files, their records, their everything is available inside that memory space. So now each and every flat we can able to treat it as some memory location which has been reserved for that particular customer. Now, whatever the household items, we can able to treat it as the customer's applications, which they have built, their data, their records, everything is available inside that. So now here, when coming to this particular customers, how many customers are available inside this Salesforce server? Only one customer or multiple customer? Multiple customers are available. Now, when coming to the Salesforce, whatever the infrastructure they have, whatever the server they have, the server is nothing but the infrastructure which is belongs to the Salesforce.com organization, where they are going to be sharing that infrastructure to the multiple customers, where the multiple customers can install their applications inside that memory space, and they can able to grant the access on those applications to the various customers, their partners, their end users, their employees. Everybody can able to access that application by using the browser and internet connection. Whatever the data, whatever the records they have created, the records will be storing inside the memory location reserved for the customer. Now, so now when coming to the Salesforce here, Salesforce is providing multi-tenant architecture. Multi-tenant means multiple, nothing but a collection of. Tenant means what? The persons who are taking on rental basis. Now, when coming to the Salesforce, whatever the server they have, okay, whatever the server they have, inside that server, they're having the huge memory space is there. This memory space, they're going to be dividing into the small portions, and each and every portion of memory will be getting assigned to a particular customer, where these customers are going to be utilizing this memory location on rental basis. By paying some rental amount to the Salesforce, they can able to utilize this memory location, they can install their applications, they can store their data, and they can able to make it accessible to all their customers and the partners and everybody. So now, if one server can be accessible by the multiple customers on rental basis, then it is called as multi-tenant architecture. So now when coming to the multi-tenant architecture, it is giving some flexibilities to you. So what exactly those flexibilities offered by the multi-tenant architecture? Yeah. Now, so now when coming to the multi-tenant architecture, now it provides the flexibility to make the multiple customers can access the shared infrastructure. So now, when coming to the multi-tenant architecture here, multi-tenant architecture is providing three flexibilities to you. It offers three features to you. The first one is shared infrastructure. The shared infrastructure. Shared infrastructure means what? Whatever the memory space they have, whatever the resources they have, whatever the server they have, that server is not belongs to a single customer. That server is not a dedicated server. That server is a shared infrastructure offered by Salesforce. Now, in that server, they are going to be allocating the memory for multiple customers. Now, these customers may be the free customers. These customers may be the licensed customers also. Everybody, we are not bothered about that. Everybody is a customer. Now, generally, when coming to the other organizations, they are going to be differentiating. If it is a licensed user, they are providing some more features. If the user is a very free user, then they will be providing very less amount of features to that particular customers. But when coming to the Salesforce don't want to differentiate those customers. Salesforce wants to make every customer equally. They want to treat every customer equally. They want to make every customer on the same platform. So now for that here, when coming to the Salesforce is providing some additional features also. Even though, now observe this one here. Now you can raise a question also. When coming to the Salesforce, we are having the free editions are also available. We are having the licensed editions are also available from Salesforce side. Now, at that time, Salesforce will be allocating the memory only for the licensed edition users in this particular server or the free users also. When coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce is going to be making this a single instance and be using by the multiple customers. Those customers may be the free users, those customers may be the licensed users, those customers may be the combinations of also. Now, now in this kind of scenario here, let's assume that when coming to the customers, this customer one, okay, the customer one, he is a licensed user customer. He is using that licensed edition of Salesforce. Now, when coming to the tenant two, nothing but the customer two, he is also a licensed customer. When coming to the tenant three, he is a free customer. And the tenant four, he is a licensed customer. And the tenant five, he is a free user. Nothing but he is a free customer. Nothing but he is utilizing that free developer edition of Salesforce. Now, we will see what are the various editions available in Salesforce also. So now when coming to the instance, whatever the instance they have, inside that instance, they are going to be allocating the memory space to both the free users as well as the licensed users also. Now, whatever the infrastructure offered by Salesforce, this is not the dedicated server. This is not belongs to a single customer. This is belongs to multiple customers also. So that whatever the infrastructure they have, we can able to utilize this infrastructure in order to install your application, in order to store your data on rental basis. So that we have to pay some rental amount to the Salesforce in order to utilize these servers lifelong as well. Even though if it is a free user, then we can able to lifelong, you can access that, but the memory location will be very, very limited for you. Okay, we'll see that information as well. Now, so now when coming to the Salesforce here, they're providing a shared infrastructure. As part of multi-tenant architecture, it is giving the first feature to your shared infrastructure. Nothing but that is a single server instance can be utilized by multiple customers on rental basis. For each customer, Salesforce will allocate some amount of memory. Some amount of memory in which the customer has to install their custom application and they can store the data, records, files, documents, etc. Now, if the allocated memory is full, then we can extend the memory by contacting Salesforce. By contacting the Salesforce people, we can able to extend that memory in order to store some more data inside that. It's not a dedicated server which is not belongs to a single customer. This is a shared infrastructure offered by Salesforce. Now come to the next scenario here. The second feature offered by Salesforce. The second feature offered by Salesforce is only one platform at a time. Okay, only one platform at a time. So now what exactly only one platform at a time here? Now, suppose for example, when coming to the builder or the construction company, they are going to be providing a specific individual services to each and every tenant. Like for each and every customer tenant, they are allocating a single flat. So now they are not giving the permission to utilize all the flats available in the floor. For each and every tenant, they are allocating a separate flat. Now, nothing but this is the individual facility. This flat 1 can be utilized by only the tenant 1. Flat 2 can be utilized by the tenant 2. Flat 3 can be utilized by the tenant 3. Flat 4 can be utilized by the tenant 4. Like that, each and every tenant will be having their own independent individual flats are available. Nothing but there are some individual facilities allocated by this particular builder or the organization construction company. Now, along with that individual facilities, they're going to be offering some common facilities also to their customers. Nothing but to their tenants, they're offering few common facilities also. So what are those common facilities? Now we will see. The common facilities are nothing but they're providing the common facility like as the water facility. Water facility is not belongs to a single person water facility. We are offering by 24/7 for each and every tenant who are utilizing our flats. So now for each and every tenant, we are offering this water facility and 24/7. And we are providing electricity facility also. Now this electricity also we are offering on 24/7. And the third one, the most important one, we need some lift. Now lift also we are providing on 24/7. Okay, lift also we are going to be offering on 24/7. And then along with that, we are providing some security personnel. Security personnel. In order to protect their properties from the damages, they are going to be appointing some security personnel, nothing but some watchmen who can able to protect their property from the damages. So now these are the four common facilities the builder or the construction company is going to be offering to their tenants. Now, when coming to this builder, he is offering very good facilities to his tenants. They're offering 24/7 water facility. They're offering 24/7 electricity facility. They're offering very good lift facility, and the security personnel. Everything is good. So now, because of that brand, because of that the goodwill, so many other people are also interested to join in this particular apartment. So many people are visiting this apartment in order to check the availability of the flats because the construction company or the builder is providing very good facilities to these tenants inside this apartment. So that so many people are showed interest to join into this particular flats. Then what he will do? When coming to the construction company or the builder, he is getting a thought in his mind that we are having as of now 2 floors. So many people are also showing interest to join into our apartments, but we are not having any flats available right now because so at that time, why can't we construct one more floor so that we will be getting 3 more flats we can allocate to some more tenants so that we can generate some more revenue. Nothing but what happened, they are going to be upgrading their infrastructure. Whatever the apartment they have, as of now they're having the 2 floors, now they are going to be adding one more floor also. So now at that time, so now they can able to add one more floor inside this particular apartment, and then they can able to construct a few more flats, and they can able to give it to the rental also to that few more tenants so that they can able to generate some more revenue also. So now in this kind of scenario here, now they are going to be upgrading their infrastructure. So now whenever they are going to be upgrading their infrastructure, then what will happen? Now let's see. Suppose for example here, they are going to be upgrading their infrastructure. Now they're upgrading their infrastructure here. So at that time, what happened? In order to construct the third floor, they have invested the huge amount. They have invested the huge amount in order to construct that particular third floor. So now, as of now, when coming to my apartment, I'm having some 50 flats are there in these 2 floors. Okay, in the first floor, I'm having 50 flats. In the second floor, I'm having some 50 flats. Totally 100 flats are there, and totally we are having 200 members are there inside my apartment. Now, on an average, in each and every flat, we are having 4 family members are there. So that totally we are having some 100 flats, and then we are having totally 400 members are available inside that. So now for this 400 members, we are providing 24/7 water facility, 24/7 electricity facility, 24/7 we are providing the lift facility as well. Now everybody is satisfied with our services, what we are offering to our tenants. Now we are going to be upgrading our infrastructure here. I'm constructing one more floor. If I'm constructing one more floor inside this apartment, then few more flats will be getting added, few more members will be getting joined so that the numbers count will be getting increased. So at that time, when coming to my flats, as of now, I'm having 400 members, and then I'm adding 50 more flats on the third floor. At that time, we will be getting 50 more flats will be there, so that we'll be adding 200 more, 100 more people also. So now we will be having 600 people right now. As of now, 400 people, and then whenever we are done with the construction of the third floor, also 50 more flats, and then so totally 200 members are also going to be joining, so that 600 members will be available. So now for these 600 members, we cannot able to provide that water facility at 24/7. So now at that time here, the builder is passing some rules here. Like when coming to the lift facility, only the second floor people and the third floor people use that lift facility. Okay, use that lift facility only by the second floor people and the third floor people. Will you accept these kind of rules? No, because lift is a common thing. Okay, lift is a common thing which can be using by any tenant. He is also nothing but even though they are staying in the second floor or the third floor, they are also the tenant. I am also the tenant. They are also paying rent. I am also paying the rent. So now everybody is common. You have to treat everybody equally here, so that we cannot make the differentiation between those tenants. So because lift is a common facility here, but when coming to the upgradation, he invests some amount here. Whatever the lift they have right now, in that lift they can able to accommodate only 4 members. Now in the second floor, they are having some 100 members, 200 members are there. So now these people are going to be utilizing that lift. It is working fine. But now if I'm adding one more floor, then few more members are going to join. So at that time, this whatever the lift facility that we have, where we are accommodating 4 members, that lift is not sufficient. We need to upgrade that lift by investing some more amount where we can able to accommodate 8 members inside that lift at a time. So now at that time, what happened? We are going to be upgrading my infrastructure. I'm investing some more amount. So now in this kind of scenario, if you're passing some rules like the lift has to be get utilized by only the second floor people and the third floor people, then nobody will accept. Because here you have to treat each and every tenant as equally. You cannot offer a few more features to the second floor and the third floor people. You cannot offer very less features to us. You have to treat each and every customer equally, each and every tenant equally here. So now when coming to the Salesforce here, Salesforce is treating each and every customer equally here. Now Salesforce is going to be upgrading their infrastructure. Upgrading the infrastructure means what? Salesforce is going to be giving some latest releases also to you. Salesforce is giving some latest releases also to you. Basically, when coming to the programming languages or some softwares, assume that we are having that Microsoft operating system. That is, previously we are having some Windows 7. After that, they have released that Windows, and then we are having the Windows 7, and then we are having that Windows 8, and we are having that Windows 10 also. The latest versions are also available here. So now in this kind of scenario, what happened? Currently, I'm using that Windows 7. Now Microsoft is going to be releasing the latest version, that is some Windows 10, which is having some latest features. If you want to get those features, then we have to invest the huge amount again to buy the licenses again. Then only you will be getting the latest features you can able to install into your local system, and you can able to start utilizing that. So now, if you're using any trial version of that particular software, then you will be getting the very less features, and if the licensed version, you will be getting more features. So now, when coming to my Salesforce, Salesforce is also going to be keep on giving some latest releases to you. Then how frequently Salesforce is giving the releases to you here? Now we'll see. When coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce is providing releases for each and every 4 months. For every 4 months, Salesforce is giving a latest release to you. Now, what is those releases here? Basically, when coming to the releases, we will be treating like as the 1.0, 1.1, 2.0, 3.0, like that. But when coming to the Salesforce releases are seasonal releases. Salesforce releases are the seasonal releases here. These are not the versions, these are the seasonal releases. Like Salesforce is going to be releasing 3 releases in a year. One is the winter release. Second one is spring release. And the third one is summer release. So now these are the 3 releases given by the Salesforce in each and every year. Nothing but not only year wise, for every, generally when coming to the normal softwares, you will be getting for every year or after 2 years, they will be releasing some latest version. But when coming to the Salesforce, every year they are giving 3 releases to you. That is summer release, spring release, winter release. Now, in each and every release, what they are doing here, they are going to be giving some latest features related to the SaaS. They are giving some latest releases related to the past. They're giving some latest releases related to the infrastructure also. Don't think we are having infrastructure and the platform and the SaaS. For SaaS, winter release, for past, for spring release, for the infrastructure, summer release, not like that. In each and every release, they're providing some latest features related to SaaS, PaaS, and infrastructure. In winter release, they're having some latest features related to Salesforce CRM application, Force.com platform, as well as infrastructure also. In spring release also, they will be including some more new features related to Salesforce CRM and then platform and then infrastructure. Like the same way, in each and every release, they're providing some latest features to you. Now, for every year, Salesforce is giving some latest features. Nothing but Salesforce is going to be upgrading their infrastructure. Now, in this kind of scenario, do I need to pay any additional amount to the Salesforce in order to get the latest features? No. When coming to the Salesforce no need to pay any amount to the Salesforce in order to get the latest releases. So now, because of that multi-tenant architecture, Salesforce wants to make each and every customer equally. So now, when coming to the general scenario, if you're using the Windows 7 operating system, when the Microsoft is releasing the latest version, Windows 8 or Windows 10, the people who has invested the amount to buy the license of the latest version, only those people will be getting the latest features. The previously using people, the previous customers are utilizing the very older features. They will be getting very less features. But when coming to the Salesforce, they are not differentiating those customers. They are going to be treating each and every customer equally. So now every customer should be on the same platform. Whenever we are giving a latest release, each and every customer's account should be getting upgraded with the latest account, latest features, latest release automatically, so that everybody will get the latest features. But you can raise a question. Why Salesforce is giving the latest releases on free of cost to the users here? What is the benefit to the Salesforce? Nobody will do the service on free of cost, but there is a reason is there. Okay, we'll see that reason also in the next sessions. Now, when coming to the Salesforce.
Hey, Feroz, one question here.
Yeah.
Feroz.
Yeah, tell me.
So when you say the Salesforce is upgrading they give 3 releases.
Yeah.
Now I as a customer say I'm a bank, right?
Okay.
I'm a bank, and I'm so I need to do. How do I make sure this new release will not break any feature that I'm my application, because I have to have my application tested, regression and all, right? Like because I got to make sure this release will not hamper any of my business.
Yes. So now that's what that will be taken care by the Salesforce to you. So now when coming to the Salesforce, before releasing that particular, upgrading that infrastructure with the latest release, first of all, Salesforce is going to be having the pre-release. If I am going to be upgrading this whole infrastructure with that latest release, whether any of the customers' applications are breaking or affecting or not, they will cross-check that. They will be having that the quality check is available. With that quality check, they are verifying if anybody's customer applications are impacting or not. So now they will make sure nobody's customer, no application should not be impacted. Then only they will be giving the upgradation.
Okay, so that's on Salesforce. You are saying
Salesforce. Those people take care of that. Any of the customers' applications will not get break.
Okay. No. All right. Thank you.
So now, upon releasing that latest version of Salesforce, each customer's account will be get upgraded with the latest release. It may be a winter release. It may be a spring release. It may be a summer release. So now,
Feroz, one question.
Yeah.
So when the upgradation done automatically?
Now, I'm coming to that, the third point here. Okay. Now, I'm coming to the third point. So give me 2 minutes, you can understand this one. Now,
okay.
So now Salesforce is giving some latest features to you on free of cost. Okay, now. So now only one platform at a time. Nothing but they want to make each and every customer should be on the same platform. They can get some equal features. Like as free users are getting the older features and the licensed users are getting new features, not like that. You may be a free user, you may be a licensed user. Every customer, everybody is a customer. He may be a free user, he may be a licensed user. I'm not bothered about that. All are customers only for me. So now I would like to make each and every customer equally. I want to treat each and every customer equally so that whatever the new features they are going to be providing to you, those new customer features will be getting available to free users as well as the licensed users also, because everybody is same for me. So now that much of flexible features are available to you here. Now, the third one, whenever the Salesforce is giving the latest features to you, then these features, we need to pay any amount to the Salesforce in order to get the latest features? No. When coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce is providing these latest features to you on free, zero cost. Nothing but the third feature is zero cost improvements. So now zero cost improvements means whatever the new features Salesforce offers to you, those new features will be available to you on free of cost. Now let's see. Suppose for example, I'm using some Oracle database. Assume that I'm using some Oracle 11G. Now, which is the latest version available in the market. Now, so now I have purchased that license by contacting Oracle Corporation by investing the huge amount. Now I'm utilizing that. Now recently, Oracle Corporation has released the latest version, that is from 12G, which is the latest version which is having some more additional feature. If you want to get that latest feature, then what needs to be done? We need to pay the license amount again. We need to buy the latest version of license. Then only we can able to utilize that latest features. But when coming to the Salesforce, whenever they are going to be upgrading their infrastructure by providing the latest releases, then no need to pay any amount. Each and every latest release will be provided to you on free of cost. No need to pay any amount here. That is the additional benefit Salesforce is giving to you. So that's what here most of the customers are going to be adopting the Salesforce implementations, because no need of any upgradation cost. Upgradation cost is completely avoided over here. Each and every release will be on free of cost to you. Now, so now that is nothing but the zero cost improvements. Now, Salesforce provides the latest release features to the customers on free of cost to both free users and the licensed users. He may be a free user, he may be a licensed user also. Everybody will be getting the latest features on free of cost. And then, so now whenever Salesforce is giving this latest release, then do I need to install those latest releases into our account or what? Now, let's take a general scenario. Suppose for example, assume that I have purchased a laptop. Now this is from the Dell organization. Whenever I'm purchasing the laptop from the Dell organization, I have invested some 30 to 40,000 rupees. Now in that says laptop, they have installed that Windows 8 operating system genuine version, because they're providing that Windows 8 genuine operating system on free of cost because of the festival season, along with that every laptop. Now I am having that genuine operating system inside my laptop. Recently, Microsoft has released some latest updates for that Windows 8 operating system. My system is connected to the internet. Then what will happen? Will it install those latest updates automatically, or do we need to install it manually? Now, whenever your system is connected to the internet, inside your system, it is providing a small message to you. Updates are ready for your computer. Please click on the balloon in order to install those updates into your local system. Nothing but what happened, even though you are using the genuine version of that Windows operating system, whenever the Microsoft is giving some latest features to you as part of the latest releases, then those new features will not be upgradable into your account automatically. We have to install those new features manually itself. Until or unless you are click on that balloon, the updates will not be installed into your local system. But when coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce is going to providing an automatic upgradation feature. Whenever Salesforce is giving the latest release to you, then the latest releases will be getting upgrading into your account automatically by default. No need to install these updates manually. No need of any human interaction. Automatically, it will be getting upgraded to you because of that multi-tenant architecture. Now, automatic upgradation. Okay, automatic upgradation. Latest releases will be upgrading into the user accounts automatically. No need of any human interaction. Okay. So now these are the four fundamental features offered by the multi-tenant architecture. Nothing but multi-tenant architecture means Salesforce is maintaining the common infrastructure to you. Nothing but they're maintaining a server to you. Like as NA0. In that NA0, they're allocating the memory space for the multiple customers. Nothing but multiple tenants who are utilizing that Salesforce infrastructure on rental basis, which is called as multi-tenant architecture. Multiple tenants, nothing but multiple customers can able to utilize that infrastructure on rental basis by paying some rental amount to that Salesforce. Whenever you are utilizing that infrastructure on rental basis, Salesforce is giving some latest features to you. Like they are going to be making each and every customer equally by providing the latest features to each and every customer. And whatever the new features they're offering to the customers, they're not charging any amount. Those features will be available to you on free of cost. And those features will be getting upgrading into your account automatically. So now these are the four features offered by a multi-tenant architecture.
Feroz, one question.
Yeah.
So when the upgradation is done automatically, how the end user will keep track of it? I mean, kind of how do the end user know that these are the new features available upon upgradation?
Yes. So now whenever Salesforce is planning for the latest release, then 1 month before itself, Salesforce is providing the latest release note to you. That release note, we can able to get it from that Salesforce website, salesforce.com website, or else if you are using the licensed edition, then automatically Salesforce is sending one email notification to you that this is the release note of our latest release, which we are planning to release on the next month, so that we can able to have a look into that. What features we are going to be providing as part of this latest release. Everything they will be giving the release note to you. Inside that, they will be giving that information to you. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Now, so now this is the feature offered by the Salesforce, which is called as multi-tenant architecture. Now, so now when coming to the Salesforce releases. So now as already we have discussed, when coming to the Salesforce releases are the seasonal releases. These are not the versions. Salesforce releases are the seasonal releases. They're offering the 3 releases per year. One is winter release, the spring release, and the third one is the summer release. Now in every year, Salesforce is going to be providing the latest release. It will be winter, it will be summer, it will be spring. Now then how do we know? In 2015 also, they have provided these releases. In 2016 also, they have provided these releases. In 2017 also, they will provide these releases. Then how do we know whether this winter release of the 2015 year, 2016 year, 2017 year? So now for that, Salesforce is going to be having the notation. Whenever they are going to be giving the release, then they are going to be giving the release name. Along with that, they are going to be post-affixing with the year number. Now, winter 17 means in 2017 years winter release. And then spring 17. Spring 17 means the 2017 years the spring release. And the summer 17, nothing but 2017 years the summer release. If it is 16, they will be specifying that 16. Now 16. Winter 16, spring 16, summer 16, nothing but the 2000 year 16, nothing but 2016 year, that is winter release, spring release, and the summer release. Now what is the current release here? The current release is winter 17. Now recently, 2 days back, Salesforce has provided that latest release, that is winter 17. Nothing but this month on 15th, Salesforce has provided that latest release to you. So now you can able to cross check that here. So then how do we know when Salesforce is planning to provide the latest release to us? Now previously we have verified inside the trust.salesforce.com where they have given that maintenance calendar to you. Now observe this one here. When coming to the October 2016 over here. So now you are having that October 16. So now this is that October 16 is available here. In that October 16, you will be having that 15. This 15, October 15 has been routed over here. On that 15, they did that maintenance. So what is that maintenance? Now we will see. So what is that maintenance? Now we will see over here. Let's see. When you click on 15, it will be giving that information to you. These are the details here. So now winter 17 major release, nothing but on this particular October 15th, they did that winter 17 major release. Now this is the maintenance information. Now release instance, nothing but AP2 server. Now status resolved, nothing but they have installed that. The core services. Now what is the start time? 1:30 October 16th, and then end time. This is the 1:33. Nothing but within 3 minutes they have installed that everything. What is the type? This is the release type. What is the availability of the service during this particular time? This instance will not be available during this maintenance window. So now whether it is confirmed or not, this has been confirmed. Now they're giving that information to you here. The each and every status will be available to you where we can able to cross check that information. Now, so now on winter, yeah.
Feroz, this is year 16, right? Then why are they mentioning it as winter 17?
Sorry?
This is year 2016.
Yes.
And this is winter. So
Okay.
why they mention it as winter 17?
See, because financial year will be getting changed, right? When coming to the organizations, when coming to the India, you will be having the financial year from April to March. Like that here in each and every region, you will be having the financial year will be getting changed. When you go to some Europe regions or the Canada, Europe companies, there is no specific financial years will be there. Based on the company's starting date, you will be calculating the financial years. So that here, when coming to Salesforce also, they are going to be taking that the winter will be the financial year start. So that here, they are starting from the winter 17, which is from October.
So October, previous year, October itself, the financial year starts for Salesforce. You mean that, right?
Yes. Now, so now when coming to the winter 17, in this year, they have released that the winter 17 to you. Nothing but 2016 to 17 years the maintenance. This is the financial year for that people. So now they have specified that on 15th of this month they have released that winter 17. Then what is the next release? When they're planning for the next release, you can go to that month information is available. This is October. Now we can able to increase that. We can go to that next month. And on January and February, they're planning to February 2017, they're planning for one more release. What is that release? That is spring 17. This is a major release they're planning for that year. And after that again, they're planning for the next release. June 10th, they're planning for summer release. The summer 17 major release they're planning for that year on June 2017. So now here, when you come into the Salesforce, they are going to be giving the 1 year complete the calendar, the maintenance calendar to you, so that we can be able to cross check and we can plan accordingly on that. Now,
Hello, this is Siddharth. I have one question.
yeah,
Is it mandatory for me to update my org every time they make a winter release or spring release, or
No.
I make them wait?
no need to do that here. That's what we told, that this is the automatic upgradation. Everything will be getting upgrading into your account automatically by default. No need to do any manual changes. Nothing will be required. Whatever the application that we have, it will be executing as it is. But whenever you are developing some more new application, then you will be getting some latest features also, which is provided by the Salesforce as part of latest release. If you want to,
Firoz, if you want to hold that upgrade, you cannot hold, right?
we cannot hold that update. That will be automatically available to you.
Got it.
Essentially, what you are saying is there is no opt out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because their plan is everybody should be work on the latest features. Everybody will get the latest features, because some people will start off, we are still working on Java. Okay, we are working on some C++ programming, which is a very legacy technology. Okay, the people will start off like that. But now when coming to Salesforce, their main intention is always like the customers will get the latest features. No need to write much code, because if you're using the latest versions, then at that time, in the latest version, the new features may not be available. So that we need to write the code to implement that. But in the latest version, they're providing that automated features to you, so that no need to write the code. You can able to use the ready-made feature directly. So that here always they keep on, they're going to be avoiding the burden from the developer by providing some latest features without writing the code. So that's what here. When coming to the in future release, also they're giving some more latest features to you, so that we can able to keep on reduce the number of lines of code, so that we can develop the applications very fastly as well.
Firoz, one question, like, I don't know if it's very relevant. See, when you say a release, what does it upgrade? Does it upgrade the software and the platform both?
See, everything. See, already we have discussed that. When coming to the each and every release, Salesforce is going to be providing some latest features. The latest features related to SaaS.
Yes,
platform.
Yes, okay. So, all right, everything. Okay, all right,
Everything. Okay. So don't think this winter is for SaaS and the spring is for PaaS and the summer is for SaaS.
Yes, okay.
In every release, you will be having all the latest features of all these parts of these services.
Okay.
Right. So now these are the various releases given by the Salesforce to you, and the current release of Salesforce is Winter 17, which has been given by Salesforce on this October 15th. Now, after 4 months again, Salesforce is planning for the later new release to you here. Nothing but in the February, Salesforce is planning for the latest release, that is Spring 17. After that, they're planning for the Spring Summer 17, and then Winter 18, and then Spring 18, and Summer 18. Like that, keep on. They're going to be upgrading their infrastructure. But whenever they're giving the latest release, this latest release will be available to all the users. He may be a free user, he may be the licensed user also. Each and every user's account will be getting upgraded automatically by default with this latest release. Okay.
Now, one more question, just one second.
Yeah.
Our background is in Oracle. My background is in Oracle, and every time we have a release, we on our side, the developers have to do a lot of testing to make sure like everything works fine. So in real world scenario, even though as you may say, yes, okay, all good, we verified everything. What is the role of a developer during this release time? Do we have to be prepared for some testing to make sure, say, I have done some custom development in using the platform, right?
Yeah.
And then, so do I have to make sure, I do some regression and we make sure, or just be relying on,
no.
That's.
So here, not like that. When coming to the Salesforce is going to be having the pre-release itself. Nothing but before releasing that latest release to you, first of all, they are verifying if I'm installing this particular whole software, then what will be the situation? If any of the customers' applications are impacting or not. They will make sure no one's applications will get impacted. Okay, then only they will be providing that latest update to you.
Okay.
And after that, we are having that next feature called the licenses or the editions of Salesforce. Now, in tomorrow's session, we are going to be discussing about these licenses or the editions of Salesforce. What are the various editions of Salesforce is available to you? Basically, we are having 7 editions of Salesforces are there. Salesforce is providing 7 editions to you. Now, one is Contact Manager edition. Second one is the Group edition. Third one is the Professional edition. And the fourth one is Enterprise edition. Fifth one is Unlimited edition. And the sixth one is Performance editions. So now these are the 6 editions given by the Salesforce, which are paid editions. These are paid editions. But where we need to pay some amount to the Salesforce on rental basis so that we can able to access these editions. And along with that 6 paid editions, Salesforce is providing 1 free edition also to you. that is called as the free developer edition. These are the total 7 editions are given by the Salesforce Studio. 6 paid editions and 1 free edition. Nothing but what happened already we have discussed during our marketing process. Now few people are going to be using the approach of free samples also because of that few products are very popular in the market. Like the same way here also Salesforce has approached the free sample option here again here. Because of that Salesforce is very popular in the demand right, very popular in the market right now. Now they are giving the taste of Salesforce features to the various customers. The customers have started utilizing that. They're feeling comfortable. They're very much attracted with those features, so most of the people has started utilizing the Salesforce services. So now, what exactly these editions, paid editions, and what exactly the free edition, and what is the benefit to Salesforce by giving this free developer edition? We'll see practically in tomorrow's session. Okay. So in tomorrow's session, we are going to be discussing about this the editions of Salesforce, and then we'll see. So why Salesforce is giving this free developer edition to the customers? What is the benefit to Salesforce? And then how can we create a free developer edition? We'll see practically here. Because everybody, in order to do the practice, we should have that Salesforce account. Then how to create a Salesforce account, which is a free developer account, we'll see practically here. When coming to the free developer account, again, you will be having the 2 flavors. One is a 30 days trial is there. And the second one is a permanent account. So now we are going with the permanent account here. You can create your Salesforce account. You can use it lifelong. So that every time Salesforce will be keep on giving some updates to you as well. So that here, we don't want to use any 30 days trial account. We want to use that permanent account. How to create this Salesforce permanent account, we'll see practically over there.
Firoz, is there any differentiation in permanent account? Partially you can use it, or partially you can develop it, or are we going to use 100% of features, or only some of the features?
No, we are going to be using all the features.
Okay.
The entire course we are using all the features given by Salesforce to us. Each and every feature we'll discuss that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I have one question. This time they announced they are going to introduce Einstein. So everyone will get the Einstein even though they are a free user or they have a professional edition or enterprise edition?
Now, so now this time they are not going to providing that Einstein, nothing but only some latest features they are providing as part of that. Okay, those features they are not going to providing right now because those are still in the implementation stage. So now once it is done, they are going to be providing that latest features also in the next release to everybody, for each and every customer. He may be free,
Okay.
he may be a less, maybe the paid user also, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Now, any more questions?
No, Firoz, thanks. Thanks a lot again.
Okay, thank you. So tomorrow we will meet again at the same time, and we will discuss about this the remaining features like as the additions, and then we'll see how to create a new Salesforce account. Because as of now we have discussed some theoretical parts till tomorrow, and tomorrow we are going to discuss about how to create a Salesforce account, which we are going to use to do some practice on that. So from the next sessions onwards, completely the practical examples. We'll see practically how can we use that, what features are given by Salesforce, and how can we configure, how can we customize, what features are there, up to what level we can configure. Everything we'll see practically one by one. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.